to Walking the Blunt Blade with me, Oliver. I found that often people get upset with me because I present the facts. Now, what we're going to do is discuss fact and fiction this morning. And because you're all human beings and you all have your own minds, you're entitled to hold your own opinions. And I'll even give you my opinion at the end of this. But I'm going to give you the facts first, and nothing changes the facts. So feel any way you want about it. Get cranky, be passionate, burn your panties, whatever. I don't care. But the facts still remain at the end of the day. All right, let's start with the COVID-19 vaccine. Fact, the COVID vaccine exists. Does it give people immunity? Hell no. Therefore, does it make it an effective vaccine? No. It's that simple. They're the facts. We knew it as it was going through the process. Again, in hindsight, now we know even more so, we can, without doubt, disputably prove that the COVID vaccine does not give immunity. I did a really quick Google search for people of what immunity means. You'll find it there. You can do your own research. Don't listen to me or take my word for it. But we are going to go with my personal experience. I returned from the States in late September-ish 2019. At that stage, COVID, I don't think had started. When COVID broke out, I was doing shopping for my family and my mum, and sometimes occasionally other people. I chose not to wear a mask. Wherever it wasn't mandated, of course I wouldn't wear a mask. And I very happily lived without COVID immunization for many years, until I was finally forced into it by bad Australian policy and the disability fields that I was working in at the time, and the silly organisation I worked for. Now, like the rest of the world, I was lied to. Yeah, it gives you immunity. But better yet, there was a second caveat. How dare I be so selfish? It'll stop me passing it on to my patients, my clients, my family, etc. That was it. It was going to stop me passing it onward. Now, not just I, but many people faced fire from these pro-vaccine people hell-bent on telling us that we were animals. Now, as it turns out, all of that was not true. I'm fully vaxxed. I had 3 COVID vaccines. Guess what I caught after those vaccines? Almost immediately afterwards. Needless to say, the last vaccine made me sick as a dog. COVID. So I know from personal experience, it does not meet the metric of what a vaccine is supposed to do. But I'll give you more examples, because one of my friends is a healthcare worker. He was forced into having the vaccine. He's had COVID. My ex-wife is a healthcare worker. I think she's had 5 vaccines, at least 4. She's had COVID twice. My kids, and that's the bit that I resent, because I'm old enough and dumb enough to take responsibility. Yeah? I can tell you I was going to lose my job if I didn't take the vaccines. So I just took them. I'm old enough. I don't need to live for another million years. But I resented policy and procedure that suggested kids should have this. But anyway, my ex-wife thought it was a good idea. They had vaccines. I can't even count the amount of times that they've had COVID. So that within itself, in my own personal life, allows me to understand that the COVID vaccine doesn't work. It was a farce. It was never going to work. It doesn't work. It's proven not to work. but you can research it yourself. Just check out the internet for starters, and then check out, just out of interest, what the World Health Care Organization has got planned for the future. Anyway, so the facts are the facts. Now, having spent so much time in the healthcare industry myself, 26, 27 years, I am fully vaxxed in everything, and I believe in vaccinations. If you can be vaccinated, have an immunity against something, brilliant, awesome, and I'm all for it. But if you tell me this vaccination, it could work, it could not work, well, that's not a vaccination. That's just an experiment. Yeah, every vaccination I have had have worked. Every vaccination that my kids have had have worked, with the exception of the COVID vaccination, of course. You see what I'm saying? They're the facts. No one can dispute those. You can have your own opinion, and I encourage you to have your own opinion, yeah? And here's my own opinion. If you want to argue the facts that are quite evident and right in front of us, that just makes you a moron at the end of the day, or someone that loves to argue. All right, so don't be upset with me for presenting facts. Yeah, they're just facts at the end of the day. Kind of like, transgenderism. Yeah, when people are dug up, regardless of the operations they've had and the hormones they've taken, or estrogen, they're still always going to be what they were nominally born with, sexually. They'll either be little boys or little girls. That doesn't mean I'm not happy to accommodate people who want to genuinely try and transgender, but the fact is, the success rate of a boy becoming a girl or a girl becoming a boy is 0. Don't get mad with me. It's just a fact. Okay, off you go. Leave your comments, do whatever you want. Good morning, everybody.